thank you for joining us today on ESPN 360. We have quite a few news stories that should really catch your eye.
We sure do, Michael. Some news from Boston today about how not only the policemen and women of that wonderful city caught the so-called marathon bomber, but 3 of their sports teams won the following days.
On the night that the Bruins hockey team played, there was quite a stir in the crowd, you would say. The fans all arose to their feet and actually sang the national anthem. Many of them were in tears because of how close to home this terrorist attack really was.
Another big news segment similar to that is during the 8th inning of the Red Sox baseball game, Neil Diamond came and sang one of his famous songs that Fenway Park has claimed to be their own.
In other but related news to the marathon, the London Marathon that actually occurred a couple of days ago, there was a very moving sign that was hung above one of the rafters during this. It said, "Walk if you must, run if you can, but finish for Boston." Now to me, this is one of the most moving and inspirational things that could have been done.
That is a moving story, Michael. Now, let's move on to Richard Noggin with the Not Top 10.
Here today we have quite a lot of stuff to go over with the Not Top 10.
That brings us to the Not Top 10.
Amazing. And I've got to get one of these. What is that?
That's a motorized wheelbarrow.
Ooh.
And I'm not sure, I guess this was just part of they were going to carry off a supposedly injured player in that. It was obviously wasn't injured at the time and is now.
Now he is, yes.
Yeah. Right, there he goes.
Number 9,
Don't
T-ball game.
Don't
This
stand
is
up.
what kids do.
Oh, you see, this is more cute
He
than
ran
anything.
into the other field and he ran the bases backwards. That's what we're
Exactly
doing
right.
with kids.
That's what T-ball is.
Exactly. You're learning.
At least he's running around bases.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Right.
that's something
Not like,
in and
not
of
like
itself.
this guy.
Yeah, this is like, hi, the goal, that would be back here, pal. That's somewhere you might want to hang out.
Yes.
Is your goalie.
Keyword.
Just saying.
Goalie. Royals and Red Sox. Fly ball to center field. Lorenzo Cain and Alex Gordon both going for it. And then they're like, I think we're going to crash. I ain't no. No, You got it? You got it? No, we don't have it. Somebody get it.
All right, number 6, Grizzlies and Clippers, and Tony Allen is down only, well, I mean, come on. He was backpedaling, the referee. He was backing up.
He
Probably
helps him
didn't
up.
expect that, Tony Allen would be there.
Indians, Astros, drive to right field. Rick Ankiel trying to rob the home run, but is beaten by the fan with the popcorn. Who's got, I have a bag of popcorn, and I'm going to catch a ball with it.
Then I'm going to just lose it all over the place. Look at that. Messing up the outfield.
Hate it when that happens.
That's expensive, too. It's like $8 for a bag of popcorn.
Really?
All right, 1 out in the inning, a lazy fly ball there. Chase Utley's doubled up at second, and I don't know, he's confused. Well, he thinks that was the 3rd out of the inning, was on his way home. He ends up being the final out of the inning and is still trying to figure it out in the dugout after.
Really? Yeah. Number 3.
Down the left field line, that's a fair ball. And Casilla, for whatever reason, gloved it while he was standing on the mound.
Reaction is like, what do I do now? Well, there you
That's
go.
good. I almost would put that up higher. That's pretty funny. All right, Zdeno Chara, he puts the puck right in front of his own net. That's just flat out embarrassing. It goes right through the goalie for an own goal. That just,
Embarrassing.
Yeah, so, we're putting it on.
Yeah, Brewers Cubs, number 1, though. Gene Segura, he's picked off at second, okay? He's run back to second, but Ryan Braun is already there.
Right.
So Braun is tagged out, and Segura, thinking he's out, runs back to first, where he's safe.
What?
So he stole first, but he's safe. But that's okay. It's legal.
That's legal.
Yeah, so he
But it
tried.
is kind of,
Yes, but he tries to
embarrassing.
make up for it. So
Right.
to steal second, I got to get back there,
God.
and then he's out. He should have
What?
stayed at second.
Hello?
He
Can you
would've-
explain that again?
No, I can't. That's really bad. But is it worse than this?
No.
The infamous butt fumble.
Nothing.
Committed by Mark. I know, right? This will live forever. 21-time worst of the worst champ. That's.
I do 30 for 30.
I know.
The Jets, 2012, the butt
The
fumble.
butt fumble.
Back to Mike and Ben for the rest of your broadcast.
Richard, now here's some more news from across the sports world. Tiger Woods was penalized because he took a drop ball on the golf course. Many commentators, though, are saying that this was a smart decision because it actually helped him get 2 strokes ahead. Now let's go to Benjamin, who's out in the field with a local college basketball player for an interview.
All right, well, thank you, Mike. I'm here with basketball player at West Virginia Tech, Hunter Lambert. We're here to talk about how his time at Tech has gone. So, Hunter, what do you have to say to that?
You know, about 2 years ago, I decided to take my talents to Montgomery, and so far it's been great, and I just can't wait to get out there on the court and, show what I've got.
Take it you enjoy playing the basketball here at Tech. What would you say your career highlight would be?
Well, I love playing basketball. And my highlight here at Tech is, just the fact that I'm here in Montgomery, that's a highlight in its own.
I see. So, Hunter, what are your plans to do while you're at college and when you're finished?
Well, while I'm here, I just want to perform the best I can when I'm playing basketball, and I want to get my degree, of course, and, when I'm finished, I don't really know, just get a job in the field that I'm pursuing, and maybe be like a street baller, NBA, something like that.
All right, Hunter, now you being a student athlete and all, what would you say that your favorite subject in school would be?
Pass?
Okay, I see. Well, thank you, Hunter. Now, back to Michael Hunt in the studio.
Well, thank you, Benjamin, for that interview. Now let's talk about the NFL.
A lot of trades have been happening across the NFL, and most teams have been very important players for former teams. One example is Anquan Boldin, who was with the Ravens, has been traded to the 49ers. Most insiders are saying that the NFL season is going to be very competitive. Another trade was really unexpected as Wes Welker, who left the New England Patriots, traded to the Denver Broncos.
That's some huge news to come out of the NFL. Also, another thing that many managers and owners in the NFL are worried about is the upcoming draft. Many of these players were released because of their salary cap.
You are very right there, Ben. Another thing that has been buzzing around the league, all these new coaches that were hired, and also what types of offenses they will run. Some will think that the old coaches and think that one of the Pacific players who would have gone there, but will these new coaches like Chip Kelly, for more of the college type of offensive players, can run the Wildcat offense?
I like your point of view that you're making here, Richard. Some of the quarterbacks that can be taken early might be someone like Geno Smith from West Virginia, just because he plays with that kind of offense.
You also can't forget about the defensive side of the ball, where the athletes like Honey Badger from LSU and also Star Louis from Utah, both of these defensive players are expected to go pretty high in the draft.
Yes, Richard. Most of the mock drafts show defensive players are expected to go higher in the rounds because of the demand for so many defense positions this year.
Here's a mock draft of who we think is going to go in the first few rounds of the draft. Why we believe these players will go in the first round. Also, you might notice that most of these players are defensive players, playing the defensive side of the ball.
A lot of people wonder what some 20-year-olds would do with all this money, especially some of the ones who are known to get in trouble.
That is very true, Mike. Well, that's all the time we have for today. To tune in again for more sports and more news on ESPN 360.